who are looking forward for India as a market to expand. So today we will understand Franchise India journey, what we have done in 27 years, and why this brokerage business we started. And we will also understand the Franchise India industry, how it is looking like, how big it is, and what is the future of franchising in India. We will third part will also understand independent franchise consultants model, which is a business model. So we'll give you some understanding of after having some presentation also, give you complete understanding on the business model, financial model, and how you will earn out of this if you start as a business partner with Franchise India. So during this presentation and webinar, we have Q&A box. So we will request if you have any question, and we will also ask you some questions between the webinar. Please use Q&A box. Please do not raise your hand. There are a lot of people who have joined us in this webinar today. So raising hand is not an option. Please use Q&A box and be interactive, because we also want to know who is there other side. Webinars are one-sided, because wherein we will put up some questions, we'll understand which market you are coming from, what is you are, which background you are coming from, where you are working right now, if you are a consultant already, what kind of consulting you do. So when we ask questions, please use Q&A box, and let's make it very, very interactive. So today in this webinar, we have our team also and management team also. Purpose is to give you some understanding that how we work with currently existing our independent franchise consultants. So we have some regional heads also invited to be panel. Firstly, I'll introduce myself. My name is Sanjay. I'm CEO Director at Franchise India Consultants Private Limited, wherein, as I said, we have more than 150 top professionals who have joined us as independent franchise consultants in different markets. They are already working under this Franchise India Consultants Private Limited company, which is a part of Franchise India Group. Also, we have our regional heads, starting from Sanket. So he has joined us from Ahmedabad. So he works with our Gujarat market, all our IFC partners, helping them. Also, we have senior leader Shaktivel. He has joined us from Chennai. We have Chennai branch office, and he works for Tamil Nadu and Kerala along with Kapil. We also have Shweta. She has joined us from Mumbai market, and we also have Rashmi. She has joined us from Dubai, and we have also operations, as I said, in 9 countries already. So she is based in out of Dubai. We have office also there. We have team there. And we also have our independent franchise consultant over there. We have joined Vikram. Vikram is in Pune, and he is taking care of Pune and rest of Maharashtra. We have also joined our management team, Ms. Sonia Chaudhary. She is our managing director, who has started this brokerage business 18 years back, and also have joined us our chairman of the group, Mr. Gaurav Maria. I personally welcome all of you, and also request Mr. Maria to start and welcome our guests today and set up the perspective of this webinar. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sanjay, and welcome, friends, and welcome to this Thursday evening webinar. This is a webinar which we run to invite like-minded consultants who want to work in the franchise industry and work with a market leader like Franchise India. So what this webinar is going to be? This webinar is going to be 45-minute long, and we're going to talk about the opportunity in franchising, becoming an independent franchise consultant, how it can be financially rewarding for you. And friends, this is we want to make it very, very interactive. So use the Q&A box. There is a Q&A box to ask any questions, share about your profile. We'll also ask a few questions which we would seek your answers on that. So let me give you a little flow of this webinar. So I'll first bring in Sonia. As Sanjay said, Sonia started brokerage business about 2 decades back, and she leads the large team of brokerage spread in 97 cities in India. Obviously comes with a very large experience on how franchise brokerage has now become a mature industry in the Indian market. She'll talk about when she started, how nascent it was, and what has been the journey over 20 years. And then she'll also talk about a little bit of the journey of Franchise India. Franchise India has 3 brands which we represent. Sometimes people get confused. Franchise India is a brand which we use in India. It's very synonymous on the name itself. It was the pioneer in franchising. When we started, there was no company which was promoting franchising in the market. So we looked as a pioneer of franchising. Then we have another company which is called Fran Global. Rashmi, who's my colleague, who joins from for Dubai operations, but we have operations in Australia, we have operations in Singapore, Malaysia, Bangladesh, Dubai, which is GCC market. We have UK, and we have 2 joint ventures in US And we're very proud that we just started our, a joint venture partnership in Brazil to cover Latin America. And we are only multinational franchise consulting firm which covers so many continents and countries. And we're very, very proud that we are the only consulting firm which does a large cross-border franchising business. So that's the second brand name. And third brand name is called Frank Corp, which is an American consulting firm, which started in 1976. We acquired Frank Corp about 18 years back, world's oldest and the largest consulting firm, an American consulting firm. So these are three brands which normally you would see our communication, you will see our events happening around these brands. All of these three brands belong to Franchise India Group, which is a 1,200 people company, a very, very large operations in India and globally. So once Sonia has done her piece, and then I'll take over and I'll talk about the opportunity of becoming an independent franchise consultant. And we'll talk in detail, and we'll talk about what are the profile of people which can apply to become an independent franchise consultant. This is very important. This opportunity is by invitation. So the whole idea of this webinar is that you get a full overview, and if you feel that you qualify to be an independent franchise consultant, then you apply, and then we'll go through the whole screening process. And if you feel that collectively we feel that this is opportunity fits with you, then we would like to welcome you as an independent franchise consultant, and you will be part of a very successful journey with Franchise India. So over to you, Sonia, for setting up the perspective and starting this webinar. And friends, I see a lot of people already joined in. So the best way you can get maximum out of this webinar is ask many questions, because more questions you ask about the opportunity, about our company, even our backgrounds, where we come from, anything which comes to your mind, business model, financial model, or anything which comes to your mind, if you ask, you will not only help yourself, but a lot of other people who have joined the webinar might have that same question with them, which they want to understand. So more we make any webinar interactive, more it benefits and gives value for your time why you joined this particular webinar. So over to you, Sonia, for setting the perspective.
Thank you. Friends, a very good evening once again. And I'll add that the initiative of the IFC program that we bring to you is to work with entrepreneurs as partners who further drive entrepreneurship. This is the foundation of Franchise India. And in fact, the core driver of our business is entrepreneurship. Having said that, a larger part, I think Sanjay did mention about our current distribution across 97 cities, global markets, and larger number of community of IFC partners, which is becoming bigger day by day, are representing a larger number of markets, not only in India, but also overseas market. And as a start your own business specialist, we work with large entrepreneur community, right? So these entrepreneur community are also business buyers and also entrepreneurs who run businesses or brands, I would say franchisors. And over the last 27 years, we have very successfully positioned ourselves as an investor-centric and a franchise-focused company. So what we're doing is we're not just shaping businesses, we're also shaping the future of entrepreneurship, which I think is very, very important, especially in the times that we currently are in. And with 27 years of experience in the industry, we also bring in unparalleled expertise on the table, right? So we are a dynamic force in the industry, which is a fully integrated franchise solution company. We're proud to call ourselves as the largest franchise development company because nobody in the country sells more business than Franchise India. And this is a trademark that goes in all our communications because more than 10,000 businesses are sold through our platforms and through our teams, our advisors across India and overseas market. And also a company which has a very large distribution, and it is well penetrated in all markets across India and all larger consumption markets in international global markets that we currently are in. So we are a trusted advisor to a lot of the Indian, I would say, most influential, respected business houses, and also very big community of entrepreneurs who reach out to us to take an informed decision of buying a business. Now, the opportunity is very big. We'll talk about that. But with more and more people who are looking today at buying business and companies, brands who are looking at expansion via franchise route, this space is only going to get bigger. And we have been developing our capabilities at Franchise India and our group companies like Frank Corp, Frank Global with our distribution, our capabilities, so that we're able to stay ahead of this curve. And all the businesses that we spoke about, the entire comprehensive suite of services is also designed in a manner so that we can empower businesses at every stage of their growth journey, and also empower a lot of entrepreneurs or ambitious entrepreneurs, established companies, from startups to unicorns to listed companies. And since we are committed to entrepreneurship, we work with large spectrum of brands, right? So all industries, be it retail, be it food, be it health, be it wellness, we work with all industries. And also a very big spectrum of business buyers. These are people who are looking at buying business for themselves, maybe from a small franchisee, which can start as small as a 10 lakh, 15 lakh, and go up to maybe even 100 crores and upwards. So that's a very big spectrum that we currently are in. And also, over the last, I would say 27 odd years, there has been a big change in the way the industry has evolved. The industry today has become very, very big. I remember the time when we started, people only knew very few brands, and brands like McDonald's were actually synonymous with franchising. So every time you would reach out to somebody and say, we are a franchise company, and they would say, a company which is similar to what McDonald's does. But over the last 27 years, I think even the overall community of people are becoming more intelligent. They ask more intelligent questions than they used to maybe 27 years back. So how big is the opportunity is something I like to maybe talk a bit, and then I'll give back to Gaurav maybe to talk about what and how you can partner with us. So how big is franchising industry we want to enter is the very first question that comes to everybody's mind. So every time we want to do something, we want to enter or pick something that is interesting enough or we're exploring, we really want to understand, is this opportunity big enough for us to get in? And even if it is it going to also sustain in the times to come and be relevant? So I'd like to reflect upon, certain points, and also understand how franchising and also entrepreneurship has evolved over the years, and where it looks like heading in the next, say, 10 to 20 years of time. And the first and foremost thing which I would say, and you all would also agree, franchising is also directly proportionate to consumption. And we all have been reading about the consumption story of India, and globally one of the economies which is leading, because consumption is what is a very, very strong, massive engine that we have in our country, right? So, and larger number of companies today, and almost everything that we all consume every day, be it, the outlet that we, or the salon that we take our services, or the gym that we go to, even the optical store we take our services, even brands like Zepto and likes of them, where we take our services from. All these companies are actually companies which are franchising, and they're only expanding through a franchise model. And when I say a franchise model, not necessarily it means an exclusive brand outlet, but anything in the spectrum which starts with even a distribution or a dealer, all that becomes part of the franchise industry. And with the current economic fundamentals of domestic consumption that we are seeing grow over the last 10 odd years, franchising will also continue to grow further. And the size currently is almost about 180 billion. And today, this size, given the size of the economy that we are in, franchising will also grow 10x in the next 10 years. So you multiply this 180 into 10, that would be the size of this industry in the times to come. And given the fact it is also growing at a rate of about 30 to 35% year on year. And one very interesting fact which we like to also talk about, maybe 20 years back, the first time buying community, business buyer community was not as big as what it is today, because people were reluctant to get into business. The entry barrier was big, risk of investment, risk of failure. There was no security of income. But when I go back 27 years, there used to be about 10-15% of community who were actually exploring and looking at businesses. And they were first time business entrepreneurs who neither came from a business family background, nor they were running businesses. But today, fast forward 27 years, this community is becoming bigger than what it was. Today, out of 100 businesses which are bought or sold by Franchise India, 60% of that is bought by people who are first-time entrepreneurs. And you can imagine this community is becoming even larger and larger year on year. And a larger age spectrum is anything between 25 to 45-year-old. This is the age bracket where larger interest today is coming in. And today, with our consumption, nearly 70% of our GDP is driven by domestic consumption. And larger part of the consumption is also getting organized, right? So as the consumption cycles are changing, our consumption is becoming more branded. Even the brands we see around becoming more and more conscious. So given that, today, if I talk about the overall GDP also of India, 4% of our GDP is contributed by franchising. Now, as the share of these branded stores or organized chains would increase, the share of GDP will also increase. So imagine from 180 billion to 1800 in the next 10 years, the GDP would also increase proportionately, with more and more companies coming into franchising and more entrepreneurs coming and taking these franchise businesses. Another point which I also want to make is on the job opportunity. When you look at job opportunities in a country like India, there is dearth of opportunities, or I would say high-paying job opportunities in cities which are beyond Delhi or cities beyond Bangalore, Bombay, which are the top 5, 6 cities. If you go to tier 2 cities, tier 3 cities, an opportunity for somebody to make a lakh or a 2 lakh is very, very bleak. And this is where franchising, gets a very big thumbs up. If you look at the ecosystem of startups today, and why these startups are coming from tier 2 and 3 is also, again, the same reason, because there are not many job opportunities. Today, 49% of startups, which we all see every day, 49% of these startups come from tier 2, 3 cities, which also is a very big validation of the spirit of entrepreneurship which our country presents. So how do we create a meaningful, a purposeful, and a profitable partnership? And the noble idea to help people buy business and make money is what we're going to cover. And I'll let maybe Gaurav talk about the filters and how we can actually make a right fit. And it is very important, because while this opportunity is something that we're offering, but it is equally important to understand your level of fitment, your time involvement. Larger number of our partners today who are catering and servicing these markets in India and abroad, overseas market, average time spent by them is more than 4 to 5 hours every day. That's a minimum number of hours successful partners spend. So that is something which is also very, very critical when we look at. And they come with an average experience of 15 to 30 odd years. So we'll talk about profile, we'll talk about, your fitment. At the same time, we'll also like to take some, or maybe ask you some questions so that we can even validate and see if there is a mutual fitment. And I'll let Gaurav talk about it and take it further.
Thank you, Sonia. And friends, I'll try to summarize while Sonia has touched on a lot of points, but I'll take maybe 3 take homes from that. One, let's talk about the industry, which is franchising. It's a $4.7 trillion industry. If it had been a country, it would have a bigger economy. Then it would be a 3rd or 4th economy in the world. Today, Germany just took over Japan and became a 3rd economy. And Japan has come in recession. And India is most likely taking over Japan. So it'll become 4th economy. And but India is still about 3.8 trillion. And franchising is 4.7 trillion. So you can really imagine if it would have been a country, it would have been the top 3 economies of the world. So that's one thing she talked about, that if you get into franchising, you're getting into a mammoth industry. Why it is mammoth? Because it touches everything. From the courier coming to your home, to the Coca-Cola you're having, to schools your kids go to, the healthcare you're using, the fitness center you go to, the salons you use, or the products like fashion, home, anything you buy in the products, from a basic fashion to automobile, the pharmacies you use, the pathology labs you use, even the bigger hospitals you go to petrol pumps, to buying an automobile, anything and everything you consume today comes from a franchise business. So you sometimes see this is a courier industry, but you don't understand franchising is working for it. Sometimes you see this is all distribution company, but you don't understand the franchising working towards it. What is Indian Oil? Indian Oil is a pool of 26,000 franchisees. What is Amul is all about? Amul is about 18,000 franchisees who go out and sell milk to the country. So it's actually an opportunity which packages the business, which is a brand, and with the entrepreneurial spirit, they come together and become franchising. This is the biggest marketing idea ever. Look, I come originally from Chandigarh. And when I moved to Delhi, I used to come and stay in hotels. There were no branded hotels, right? So I used to go and stay whatever I was able to find convenient and also looks reasonable. And almost every time when I choose a new hotel, I was surprised. because there was no quality assurance, right? You were just waiting to get into a new surprise. But now you come to Delhi, you get the best of the best. You get from budget hotels still, which are branded and quality delivery, to the Marriotts, the Sheratons, the Hiltons, and the likes of them. So what it does is it gives franchising is a great example of giving you the quality assurance which brand brings in. So which means the customer will slowly move to everything they consume, which comes from some kind of a quality assurance, which means that it will become branded. I can tell you right now, even the services which you consume at home, which means cleaning services, gardener services, these all would also become franchised. It's already happening as we talk. So it covers the wallet share of anybody who spends anything is comes from a franchise. Even I'll tell you, SBI, which is the largest bank in the country, was not able to create banking inclusive. When I say inclusive, means that they were not able to get to rural market. So they actually created a separate company which they invested on, which used to franchise people who would run as a bank in a village, which means that you can go and withdraw some money and deposit some money, right? So even to do that piece, the government of India allowed banking to start doing franchising, because there's no way other way you can reach that marketplace. So franchising is a great combination of bringing a huge amount of brand assurance and a phenomenal distribution, which comes together and becomes franchising. That's one thing she talks about. The second thing she talked about was the whole journey of franchise India, right? The journey of franchise India, I would say, is easy and not easy. Easy because we found the problem, right? In 98, when I saw that it was very difficult for a small business to buy and choose a right business, this was a problem I identified. And I was very sure that this was a humongous opportunity, and the problem I can address is so very strong. There was nobody. If I wanted to buy a business, you cannot go to anyone. There was no consultant, no exhibition, no media, nothing. People have to do what we call the 3F: friends, family, and fools, which means that you either would follow a friend or follow a family or somebody you feel is doing well and you don't understand any business and you go out and invest. And this is what happened with now with new technologies, new things. People don't understand. Half of the people lost money in crypto because they don't understand crypto, right? So you need to have somebody who can take you through the journey and guide you what business you should do. And this problem I saw and I felt so strong about it. And I felt that I want to create the platform which can address this problem. And today, after 27 years, I feel this problem has even become bigger because the demand has become bigger. Every home has somebody who's looking to start a business, and Franchise India is the only company which is doing that. So it was a good problem to have, and it was, I would say, from that perspective, easy. The difficult part was, how do you create the ecosystem? Because it's easy said to service this country, which has different languages, different capabilities, different businesses, different business buyer experiences. Some people want high risk business, some want low risk business. How do we create this whole ecosystem? And that took us 27 years by doing 1,000 shows, running a magazines for last 27 years, top max business magazine in the country, with now 1,200 people in 97 cities, day and day and night, helping people to choose a business. So that is the second thing she really talked about. The third thing she talked about was this whole demand, where it is going, right? So she talked about that it's not going to reduce, rather it is increasing, because this whole journey of tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, where you don't create jobs. What is an alternative for people to earn money, right? And everybody wants to be in self-control. They want to be their own boss and things like that. So this is also in fueling new entrepreneurial demand. So looking at all these three, I can 100% say, if you are attending this webinar, you're doing the right thing, because at least you're witnessing the industry which is going to grow for next 30, 40, 50 years. So that's for certain. But is it for you? That's very important, right? It can be the best industry. It can be the topmost opportunity available, but not every opportunity is for everyone. So I have a few questions, and I'll take up these questions and see why you want to join a consulting business. So the first question comes to you. Give me an answer, and I'll give you some options, right? Why people choose consulting businesses over other businesses, right? Because it's a consulting business. I'll give you some options. People do it because it's low cost. Everybody can afford it. Even a professional who's working can have small money to become a consultant and start this business. Second, you feel that it is easy to do because you don't have to run large OPEX. Like, for example, you start a restaurant. It's not about how restaurant does, but you're scared that if tomorrow it doesn't run, you have a lot of cost. You have rentals, you have employee fees, and a lot of other things to run through. People start consulting business because it doesn't have recurring cost, right? You are just putting your own time. You're not putting recurring cost. And third is people do consulting businesses because they love doing what they do, which means that they love helping people. So tell me the reason why you here. What is out of the three reasons what brings you into this entire thing? And you can say all three. It can be just two of them. So I want to understand why, what brings you here. And then I'll give you the right answer. The first point is it's low cost. Second, it doesn't have any recurring incomes, which means there is no recurring expenses. And third is that you love working with people and you love helping people to succeed in their life. So out of these three things, and you can be confused why you here. You might be not able to really find the answer. But I'll tell you the answer. Answer is, if you are among the first 2 points, then you're wasting your time, right? Because it's not about, right? And if you are coming for the third, which Jyoti has written, and I was waiting for the answer, congratulations, Jyoti, then you will be extremely, extremely successful. Because other two, it's okay, right? It's low cost, it doesn't require any kind of thing. But if you love what you do and you love helping people and you get involved, like I was just doing a consulting exercise with somebody and said, look, I've known you for 20 years, Gaurav, and I know you will always speak straight. And that's what I want from you. So people like that. People like that second opinion. They want an honest opinion. They want somebody who can stand by that. And that's what all about consulting is. And this is exactly what we do. So we are consultants who help people start their own business. So a lot of people ask me, what do you do? I say, we are a specialist to help people start their own business. We are start your own business specialist. And if you become an independent franchise consultant, you exactly is doing the same thing. You're going to become start your own business specialist. While the other two complements, right? But this is the only one thing which should be the biggest driver. If it is the biggest driver, monies would follow. Obviously, I'll talk about that. There's loads of money to be done. And also other things would do that. Rather, tomorrow you're successful, you build team, you have people under you, you start your own marketing. But the first thing, if it is driver, it has to be that you love helping people. So friends, on this same note, I have another question. We have now little people warmed up and they're writing. Sometimes it takes time to people to warm up. So now I'll ask my second question, which is introducing yourself. Go and introduce yourself and tell me if you're a professional. If you're a professional, just write P. Just write P so we understand your job. You're working on some form of job. And if you want to talk about that industry is also good. If you're a business owner, which means that you are running some form of business, write B and write whatever business you're doing. And if it is complementing, it will help us. If you're a management consultant, which means that some form of management consulting experience, coaching experience, learning and development experience, any kind of advisory experience you have, write MC. And if you are in a career change, which means that you've done whatever you were doing, and now you want to look at a new career, write C. So 4 choices: P for professionals, B for business owners, MC for management consultants, and C for a career change. Just go out, write, and I'll see your answer there. So Hemchandra has also said the same, help people start their business. Purushottam says business, so I'm starting in this. So Mohan said, who creates entrepreneurs? Absolutely. It's the most powerful thing you can do for Indian economy. There is no more powerful thing than creating entrepreneurs in our economy, because entrepreneurs create jobs, add value to economy, and contribute towards community. These 3 things nobody else does. Only entrepreneurs create jobs, contribute towards the economy, and helping communities. And this is the most powerful thing any economy needs, right? And so you create those entrepreneurs who are going to do these three things. So it's the most powerful idea to really work on. So Sachin is there. And then we have Hem Chandra, who's C, Sachin is a C, Purushottam is a C, Jyoti is a C. So a lot of people in a career change piece. And others also, I will request that please go out and write on the Q&A box, so we will be able to take your answers. And there is somebody written, and I will be in the course of the webinar, I'll talk about it. I don't know what you have mentioned, but 100% I can tell you that you have picked up something non-existent, because we are most powerful network. We are the largest network in the world for franchise consultants, and it is like my family. Every single partner is very, very successful and extremely close to me. So we can talk about that. So Vimal is a management consultant. Good to have you, Vimal, in Chennai. So we have a big team in Chennai. We have Saktivel in Chennai, who leads the entire Tamil Nadu and Kerala market, supported by Kapil. Then we have Raja Prabhu, who's also C. Selva Murugan, who's a business owner. So Selva, you can also mention about what business you are in. And others also keep writing, so we know what brings you here in this structure. Yeah, Mohan, your profile looks fantastic to me, because 35% of all businesses we sell are restaurants and cafes, and so F&B. And if you have experience to help people get into that, this can be a phenomenal opportunity for you. Praveen is a business owner from Odisha. We are very keen on Odishan market. We have some partners, but we want to really develop even more partners than what we have. And we are a very strong community of our IFC partners. Everybody is on a single group. We, in the day, and that group would have at least, if not more, 100 messages. So we interact with each other, we talk to each other, we celebrate each other's success, we celebrate overall performance, we learn from each other. It's a lot of peer-to-peer learning, and that all works in with the single network, and it's a transparent network. So we all come together and work as one unit, and that's how we're powerful. Because when we go to company and say, we're going to give you 100 city coverage, and we'll be able to take your brand to 100 cities, and we are most successful, most experienced team in the world, then they have very, limited thing to ignore us. So they cannot ignore. Even the largest of the companies, the corporates, from Reliance to Tata's to even bigger corporates, they all see us as a huge value addition to their teams, because we can take their businesses or their business models to different markets. Okay, now let's get into the next topic, which is this whole opportunity. And I have put about 10, 11 points. And if you want to make some notes, happy to make some notes, and then we can take it from there. And we go on to one by one these points. And you have any question on each of the point, which you want a little more analysis, happy to write about that. And I will do these 10, 11 points and then pass it on to Sanjay, who would run a small presentation on the journey of as an IFC, how you do your journey. And in these 10, 11 points, I might have few questions, which I'll keep asking to continue to make it very interactive. So let's get started. First is the whole opportunity, where it is coming from. It comes from two strong pieces, right? One is these brands. India is producing newer opportunities, newer brands every single day. And anytime a new product or a new service is created, the thing they lack is distribution, economy of scale, right? Say, I have a great business and I want to really take it to scale it, right? And you have then three choices to scale your business. One, you take debt and put company into pressure by taking a lot of debt. Second, you take equity. Or third, you franchise your business. So most of the companies choose to franchise because it saves their capital and they're not diluting too soon. So they start franchising. So this has become a phenomena. It's a phenomena which is used by large multinationals, mid-sized enterprises, even early stage startups. And India being the largest market for creating startups in this country, scaling up for them in different and complex markets of India, franchising becomes a great tool. So we see more and more companies coming in. Rather, the companies are growing at a two-digit or a three-digit, two-digit plus growth. And if they are growing, so most likely they would have a larger franchising role to have. So every year, Franchise India gets about anything above 2,000 different companies who approach us and say, we want to get franchise networks. More this flow of businesses keep coming in, more the opportunity would grow. But I'm excited about the second part. Second part is this whole entrepreneurial demand. 2023 was a year where Google officially said the search of buying your own new business was bigger than finding yourself a job, right? So Google search itself changed. You can understand that people are lesser searching for job. They're more searching for opportunities they can do because they were coming out of COVID and everybody felt having something of their own is a greater opportunity. And this phenomena will continue to happen. So which means that entrepreneurial demand would continue to rise in this country. And more people become wealthier, more they will become double income, more these opportunities will happen, more people would like to start their own business. So between these two things, the opportunity becomes phenomenal, which means that to address this opportunity, we need more people. And that's why we are sitting on this webinar and we've invited you because we feel more and more people are required to be part of the franchise consulting ecosystem. Second, is this growth going to be continuing? Is this growth would continue for next at least 10 years? Answer is yes. Why? India has the lowest brand penetration in the world. Look at, say, my colleague was from Dubai. Dubai has 65% of all global brands in the market. London has 75% or more global brands in the market. India has only 13% of global brands. So even if we get 25% of the global brands, we will double the brand penetration in this country. Outside what we are creating. So we are also creating our domestic homegrown brands. That demand is growing. Second, more and more people are becoming brand conscious because they are today exposed through Instagram, Facebook, other things. Everybody, even if cannot afford it, knows about the brands. The whole brand awareness is becoming bigger. And the third is the liquidity in market for people to afford buying new businesses, which means that banking would become easy, loans would become easy. So you can own a business and start a business very easy. So these three phenomenals would create year to year a 30% growth for, if not more, for franchise industry in coming 10 years. So that gives a huge amount of growth. So if you are partnering on franchising, you're partnering in large industry, which is created by a great opportunity of growth. And that's how these two things really is me to very exciting for looking at the industry part. So because this is the first dot you need to do. Third thing is learning. Any industry you want to go through, you want to partner with somebody who comes with the most experience. Now look at between Francop, Franchise India, and Fran Global. Google it. Go out and find out anywhere in the world. And these days, Googling is in 1 hour, you can really search any company. There is no company of our size and scale in the world. So when you partner Franchise India, you partnering the most successful, most knowledgeable company in the world. So your learning curve is the best happening here because you learn from so many people who have been very successful in franchising. So that's another point. Now let's go to business model. How compelling is business model? So as a business model, we have three platforms, right? First platform is start your own business platform, which means anybody who has any money from even as low as 3, 4, 5 lakh rupees to 500 crores and wants to start a new business can come to us and we can help him choose the right opportunity. The whole methodology of finding out this business model. Second platform is scaling your business. So if you are somebody who's successful, it can be vintage brand. It can be the most popular mithai brand of Lucknow and now wants to scale, right? It can be a old classic footwear brand and now wants to scale. Or it can be a new age startup, which is just out of that and that we want to scale. We can help. So So second thing, if you become an IFC or independent franchise consultant, you will help companies to scale their business. And third, which is also unique, nobody is doing it, we help people to exit their business, which means there are 30 million businesses in India, and out of that, 20% wants some form of exit because they are not doing well, they don't have interest, or their partners broke, or something has happened, or they want to diversify, or they want to move to Canada. Something is there and they want to sell that business. And they see you that you have so many investors who come to you for buying a business. So they come to you and say, value my business, present to them, and sell my business. So when you start with Franchise India as IFC, you have three businesses to focus. Focus on helping people start a business, help people scale the business, and help people exit business. All three together is phenomenal. Now you can go to Facebook, Instagram, there are a lot of management gurus come and they help you tell that I can grow your business, I can give you tools to grow your business, I can fix your IT, I can fix your marketing, but none of them you would have ever seen talking about these three things, because that's not easy to do. It needs a phenomenal amount of ecosystem and capabilities, right? So that becomes another part of your piece. Now, another thing which is very important is training. Any business model you create, and you can create a methodology, but if you don't have an effective training to pass that methodology to somebody, it doesn't go through, right? So I've written a book which I'm a big fan of, which I call The Science of Reproducing Success. And that's what I believe in. If you can convert whatever your learning is and transfer it to somebody else, you're multiplying success. And that's what we want to do. We want to make it more and more successful people as franchise consultants, so they also go out and create impact in the marketplace and create more entrepreneurs. So that's our journey. So training is a very critical part of it. We do 3 days full residential training at our headquarters in Delhi. And then we have every week so many other trainings, especially Monday morning, 8 o'clock, Wednesday, 8 o'clock, and Saturday, 8 o'clock. Then comes in, you got trained, you know how to do it, everything is ready. But how do you take the first step? And people get nervous when they become consultant to make even the first call. It is difficult. It is difficult. I understand that, because you've never done that. You don't know how to present. You've not made a presentation. You don't know how to handle objections. And that's where this whole team, which is on the screen, is there. So early days of your business, I call 3 stages of your process. One is dependent stage, interdependent, and independent, right? At dependent stage, you just have to bring somebody and we'll do the doing, right? We will work with you. And sometimes Sanjay, Sonia, or me have closed where our independent franchise consultant who's joined new has not even spoken, right? He's just sitting in the meeting and we are doing the closure. Because it's very important in early days, they go through this whole cycle to understand how it works. The second stage is interdependent. You know something, but you don't know something. And most of our partners after 3 to 4 months come in this stage. They are well versed to handle the early stage inquiries, but they need help when they are either confronted by things which they've not done, or it is a complex investor or something like that. And then it comes to independent stage. And I'm very proud that I have almost 50 partners in independent stage, that they are now so motivated that they can handle everything independently, and they've gone that stage that they know they can have a very recurring, consistent revenues because they know exactly how to run their practice. So this all go-to-market also we handle in a very structured format for all of our partners. Then comes ongoing support. When I started this program, we used to give brands, and our expectation was that IFC partner would bring the deals. And I realized that I'm getting people who come with 20 years experience, 25 years experience. I cannot expect them to do cold calls and find out people where they are and so on and so forth. It was a mistake, because 2 ways. One, I'm losing their good energy into unproductive work. Second, these people are not positioned, because if I pick up a call and call somebody and say, are you interested in buying a business? I will not position myself. I've become a salesperson, right? So we changed the model and we said, look, we will only bring them at a point where the whole lead is verified at a 3-stage level. So people come to our webinars, like you all have come. We don't know you. but our marketing has worked and you have joined this webinar, right? Now, after this, somebody would call you, understand where you're coming from. It would be filter number 2. And then third filter would be that a account head would call and understand a little more deeper uh, your entire thing before you can speak to either me or Sonia or Sanjay, right? Same goes with in your case, if you become an independent franchise consultant. So there are 3-level filter and you are positioned, then people get your call or they call you, they already know who they're talking to. So it becomes even more qualified. It becomes much more valuable. Because they're valuable, it takes best of your time. So you focus on deal making, which is your focus, rather than filtering people and so on and so forth. And this is another thing. We give every single partner 50 minimum qualified leads per month. And that makes the life easier. So we give you brands and we give you the leads. Your job is to just do the deal making. Now, what is the next piece is the financial reward, right? And now there are 2 types of rewards which I've talked about, and both are very important in life. One is financial reward, how I financially make sense out of it. So friends, this is an opportunity which can make a very big income for you, much beyond you can think when you've joined the webinar, because it's a business advisory, business brokerage. So ticket values are very high, margins are very, very high. Even if you are a moderate performer and also putting a very less time in the business, you still make a good financial sense. And if you are somebody who's super hardworking, going out and doing it and maximizing, then you can make as much money you want to do that. I give people example, if I can build a 1,200 people company and build the largest company in the world with the same idea, which you also going to have after this webinar. So it's just about how you treat that idea, how much you want to scale that idea. But a good person can make a decent business can be, I mean, if you're just an average performer, you can make 2 to 5 lakh rupees a month. But it takes some form of consistency. It needs consistent working, positioning yourself, building yourself a brand in the market that people recognize you. Like Jyoti has written, she's from Goa. And if she becomes, now Goa has become a place where people want to shift as a lifestyle. And I go every time Goa now, I feel that people used to come for tourism. Now they come for living there, right? So they want opportunities. If you want to stay in Goa for next 10 years, you want to do something, right? You want to have some business oriented. If Jyoti becomes a brand in that market, or if you want to buy an opportunity in Goa, she's the one to go to, then her business is not going to go. She will get referrals. She will continue to get referrals and everybody would seek opportunity. Somebody wants to start as small business as pharmacies, to starting a hotel, to maybe a fancy restaurant, to any other business. Uh, Everything is demand because the consumption is growing, the population is growing there. So how do you really create that financial reward? But we also have other rewards, which are equally exciting. Every quarter, we have a foreign trip where people qualify and go and travel. And this does 2 things. One, it motivates them that they are in the winner circle. Second, it also gives them 3 days or 4 days with their peers to learn and learn from each other. And that becomes, they become habitual of winning. So they don't want to lose it. And I've realized that some of our IFC partners have never lost any contest. So they are almost there every time. Last year, we did one Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Baku, which is Azerbaijan, and just finished Taiwan. So
Malaysia also.
Sorry.
Malaysia also.
Malaysia also. So what happens that this is a club which is going everywhere and they get rewards. So, and ask yourself how many times you would go, even if you have all the wealth in life, you will not go 4 paid holiday trips, right? Every year. So it's not going to happen. So it has financial rewards and it also has rewards which are intangible, which also stays with you because memories don't go away. And I am a big believer of that because that's something I learned from an American multinational. They says people, they make money and they believe it is because of them. But if they enjoy memories, they respect the business and the brand, right? Because money anybody can make, right? And you can make money on many things. But if somebody does things which you never expected, then they have more respect for the brand which they work for. So that is the opportunity of rewards. And then, friends, another thing which comes to your mind, okay, I become an independent franchise consultant. Who is my competition? There is a competition, which is your peer itself. There is no outside competition. So Franchise India fights within Franchise India. We are more competitive within India. We don't fight outside because there are no other competition which is there in the market. And this is because of a huge amount of commitment, learning advantage, and 27 years of your vintage we have in this business. So it's not easy for a structure. It's very, very important. So friends, this is what the opportunity is all about. This is opportunity of becoming a partner with a Franchise India and starting your journey as independent franchise consultant. And I will request Sanjay to do maybe a 10-15 minute presentation, so which we can run you through a presentation, a journey, how you go different tiers, what is your margins in the business, how you get paid, all that Sanjay would take us through. And friends, if you're really serious about it, and I tell this on every webinar, out of so many people who have joined in, I thank you all for joining in. And if I find one partner which makes sense to me, I feel that is worth my time spending on this webinar. And because it's not about, because if this one person comes in, I know I can create a new territory and new market and a phenomenal amount of journey to create new entrepreneurs. Rest everybody, even if I made them aware about this industry and made them aware about Franchise India, is great. We can be friends, and we can also help you with some other opportunities which you can take in future from us. But as an IFC opportunity is by invitation. It's welcoming somebody to your home. And I'm not taking anyone who doesn't fit in with the same mindset as we have. And if I find somebody who has the same mindset, same passion, same structure, then we'll go all out to make them successful, very, very successful rather. So thank you very much. Thanks for your time today. I will take leave, and I'll pass it on to Sonia for her last comments, and then maybe Sanjay can take over the further presentation. Over to you, Sonia.
Great. Thank you, friends. And I saw all of your comments coming in. You see all the team members who are leading their respective regions. And after the webinar, we'll be happy to connect with all of you to understand your profiling, and also maybe, get through our understanding of how both of our interests can actually fit in together to democratize entrepreneurship, which has been the foundation of our company. So I'll request Sanjay, if you would like to take over. There are a few slides, friends, that you want to present to all of you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am, for setting up this perspective and in detailed discussion about the model and the franchising. So we'll take few slides today. Rest all our regional heads will give one-on-one meeting once they have. We'll give you complete understanding and download on the opportunity side of it. So what we offer is once we both select each other, once you are on board. So what we offer is tablet. T stands for technology, which is CRM, Franchise India CRM will create for you, and then all the database will come to your CRM. We'll also create email address for you, which is Franchise India domain email address, where you will use that email ID, which will represent you as Franchise India, representative, and as we do in Franchise India. So equally, you will also use Franchise India domain. E stands for the infrastructure access you will get. What we have, all offices are there across India. So you will be using our offices like Chennai, Pune, somewhere saying I'm from Kolkata, I'm from this. So everywhere we have offices, you can come to use our office, full day, meetings, trainings, everything is happening. B stands for brands. So we have around 1,100 brands right now who have given us mandate to help them to grow their businesses. So first day, we will be asking you, this is 500 brands, it's all available for you. But what we do is we'll create your brand portfolio as per your market and as per your profile, so that will help you to how to drive brands. And there is no territory barrier. You can go across territories, you can go across categories, you can grow across industries and also across brands as well. Lead support, 100%. We are giving you complete lead structuring from our side. Each brand you want to drive, we will give you brands, specific campaigns, and then lead generation will be happening. No investment from your side, no branding, no promotion, no lead generation from your side. E stands for events. So we are event company. We'll do around 20 events every month. So you have complete free access which you can use and grow the business. T stands for, again, it's a training part, but where I said we'll be having 3 days training session in our corporate office to start with. That's the first time. And later on, we will also have trainings every day, which will be on the Zoom, which are brand specific. And also we are launching every day new brand. You will get information. You'll also join, understand, learn what is the brand offering, and will grow further. So this month we have a batch coming into corporate office, which is 18th, 19th, and 20th, 3 days already scheduled. So we have our new batch, which are ready coming to our office. Even today also, we have one new IFC partner onboarded. So they have done the tickets, and they're also coming from, is bringing his own partner as well, coming to training program to corporate office, where in 3 days, it will be in-depth training from our management side. His chairman, sir, is available 2 days giving complete training on industry and building up the structure for each one of you, where we will also give you understanding that where's the proposed structure of IFC model. So it is just that once you are coming in, you join us at entry level, which is IFC, then you grow IFC Elite, IFC Pro, IFC Master. Why we have built this? Because every partner who joins in is unique. You want to put more time, you want to grow faster, there's something for you. Someone putting less time, you want to take time, no problem. That's also there. There's no target. You have to set your target, your earning potential, you will set, and you will create that for yourself. But we have given you a ladder wherein you join, you put more time. Once you hit 15 lakh rupees revenue or 15 deals, because we are doing deals, we are selling franchisees. Once you hit 15 lakh or 15 deals in a year, you can do it first month. Most of our partners do it first month, second month. You go to IFC Elite, then IFC Pro, IFC Master. So IFC, how it is going to change when you hit 50 lakh, when you hit 1 crore, so you grow further. It is going to help you to earn more and grow faster, because once you are at IFC basic level, you get our 40% shareholder. Elite membership will give you 50%, we are 50%, and Pro, it is reverse. Now you become 60% and we take 40%, and Master give you 70%, but we still continue giving you all the information, all the brands, all the opportunities, training, events, lead generation, marketing, support, everything done by us. Not even a single penny investment from your side, each side itself. So we have different products. We work with investor, we work with brands, 2 communities. I stands for investor, B stands for brands. So from investor, we have 2 products where we work with investor, we register them first with us, we take them on board, and then we start servicing them. Then we get the service fees as well. So IA stands for investor acquisition. We take them on board, we service, and then we get a service fees also. Likewise, we take brand on board, which is BD, business development, and then we service those brands, we sell franchise, then it becomes BS, and the brand services also comes to us. So on these 3 products, you'll get 40%. So say example, you get, suppose 10 investors you work, then you get them on board, you get minimum 25,000, then servicing would get you another 50,000 as investment goes up, in our IA fee goes up, but it starts from 25,000. And service fees would be at that level is 50,000. So if you have 10 investors, you get 25,000 to 10, you start servicing them. So you have a 2.5 lakh to start with. And this is, you can build more or you can do less, but it is depending on you. So average, if you're talking about 10 investors on board at this first month, second month, third month, whenever. So every month we continue doing this. So every time what you have is investor acquisition fee, you get 40%, servicing fee, you get 40%, and brand also gives you success fees. That is also there from 1 lakh to 10, 15, 20, 30 lakh rupees also, because that depends on which brand you are selling. So if it's a low cost, very, very low cost, at least we'll be having 1 lakh rupees franchise India fee, which is BS fees for servicing that brand. But we have 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 5 lakh, and normally when you sell a bigger ticket value or master deals, so there is 20 lakh, 30 lakh also, which is franchise India brand service fees coming to us, and you have 40% of that. So it's a phenomenal opportunity wherein you get highly rewarded on this program. But when we do brand on board, that's also, which is a another business and revenue business for you, because already have 1,100 brands, but we are growing this. We are growing this, taking new brands on board, and you equally have got this opportunity wherein you can also refer to us. You don't have to do anything. You have to refer us. We will help you. We'll give you complete understanding on. You will be part of that call, mail, proposals we send, and we will close. We'll get money, and you have 20% on the onboarding fees which we charge for a brand. So our onboarding fees for a brand is 7.5 lakh starting, then 15, 40, and 75. 4 formats we have. So if it is 7, suppose you do 2 deals, 2 reference to us to a brand on board, it comes to basic, which is 7.5 each, it becomes 15 lakh. So what you get 20%. So would mean 3 lakh rupees will go to you. You can do as many as number of BD proposals or onboarding every month. So when we take on board, all services will be given by Franchise India. We'll make them ready, brochures, documentation, their business model, financial model. After that, we also take them to market, we launch, we do marketing next 14 months. All are done by Franchise India. When you sell a franchise or anybody else sells a franchise, you take franchise fees, success fees of the brand onboarding. That can be, as I said, starting from 1 lakh to anything. It goes to different level. It's a 50 lakh. Also, we have success fees in some brands because we have domestic plus we have international brands also which we sell. And this BD offering, which is 20%, will remain as it is here because in each case, you are giving us only reference, rest we do. Leads will go up, CRM will go up. So first we'll give 1 CRM ID, then 2, then 3, then 4. It will go up so that you have team member, you have any family person also to joining you. But this is something very interesting, payout structure, how you get. So we will definitely work with you one-on-one discussion and give you a little more clarity on this, how we do it and how you can grow. So you have all questions regarding to this, which are or our heads will give you complete understanding on this, will make you understand also that how you do it. And then some of our partners who are already there, we can give you references also that who have just done, who just come on board and have done this thing. But this is one part of revenue. Second, as I said, we are working with these brands. They have given us also a cash incentives for all our independent franchise consultants. And this cash incentive will go direct to you. There is no cut in between from Franchise India. So Franchise India is not taking any money out of this so that you lose money. So it is everything which we do is coming to you because we are not taking any money out of that. That incentive, cash incentive goes directly to my partners. And third is contests, which I have quarterly. So what you do is you get these contests which are, out of India, we take them. And every time it is all investment done by Franchise India. And we also help you, support you to qualify. It's not about you who do it. We help you to qualify. All our regional heads do that with each of the partner. We try to make maximum qualify. And because there is a small criteria for that, payout you are getting separately, incentive you are getting separately, and contests also you get separately qualified. So how it takes you to become our partner? It's very simple. We have one fee, which is our onboarding fee, which is a license fees. You can talk about as a registration fee with Franchise India. That will be one time. There's 4.5 lakh plus GST, which is only one time. 3 year is the agreement. Rest all investments done by Franchise India. You don't have to do any investment in between. All done by Franchise India. But till the time you will not take our license, you cannot start the business. So license fees is one time, which is 4.5 plus GST. Rest all done by Franchise India. But I know there will be a lot of questions because the webinar is one-sided. You might have questions to understand your business model, how rewarding it is, and what is the calculation further. Our team will immediately get in touch with you, fix up a meeting and appointment, and give you complete understanding on that one by one. That will be more important. You can use a Zoom link also to have one-on-one meeting, run through the presentation. You have some questions. We will 100% answer those questions as well. So till then, I think we have taken a little more time today. Thank you so much for being there. We have still a lot of people who have joined us and still there. I know it's very tough because we have taken a little more time. So I'll not take much time on this. We'll go back straight and we'll take you through our business model and how we do. Then there's a selection process, as we said. There will be a 10-minute introduction call with the management team. And then if you select us, we select you. then we'll go for the training program. So as I said, we have 18, 19, 20 this month. That's a training program already there. If you really feel like you want to start it now, we can invite you for the training program, wherein you have to come to Delhi, rest all done by us. Your pickup, drop, your staying, everything is done us. A 3 days training program. So look forward to have some of you in the training program maybe, or maybe the next month training program, but discussions has to be there. Selection has to be there both sides. As we said, it's very open. You have to select us, we have to select you. And if it all goes well, we will join the hands and take this association further. Till the time, a big thank you from all of us from Franchise India to each one of you for giving us valuable time for joining in this